one of our previous videos, we've said that a lot of our stories, and one thing about having this particular channel, Man with the Show, we try to be original on some of our stories. And what I mean by that is we will talk about some of the stories that most others aren't talking about, including the mainstream media, sometimes some of the content creators here on YouTube, The Green Machine. That's why sometimes some people say, why are you doing a story like this? Why are you? And the reason why we're doing stories like this, because these are stories that fall through the cracks, that are just as important as a lot of other stories. Not like big stories like what happened, that shooting event that happened recently, the assassination attempt to the former president of the United States. That is important because that is, someone, and I call this as someone's trying to circumvent the Constitution. They're trying to circumvent, our republic at that point. But, get away from that. There are stories out there that are important, and it's important to hear. And we're going to go into some streaming news. Now, this week was, there's been a lot going on over at Paramount. We know Skydance is, most likely, they're going to take over Paramount Plus. Paramount Plus, Paramount the company itself, Star Trek, all that. Now, they do own also, we're talking Paramount, Pluto TV. Now, Pluto TV is very, very good. I happen to be one of those people that do enjoy Pluto TV. I love the Universal Monsters channel. That's one of my favorites now, because they got a lot of good classic channel. And if you happen to be, where to the point where you can't sleep, I would say turn this on, because on the overnight they do a lot of marathons on the Monsters Universal Monsters channel. There was one with like Phantom of the Opera. They did a bunch of Phantom of the Operas. They did all the Abbott and Costello horror ones, like Meet Frankenstein, The Mummy, Dr. Jekyll, and the rare one, Meets the Killer. That that's hardly ever shown like it used to be. And then just recently, they had a whole Mummy marathon with a couple of the Mummy movies I've never seen before. Of course, you haven't seen everything, even at my age. But getting back to Pluto itself, it seems Streaming Media Blog has reported, and this is through Cord Cutters as well, that it looks like that Pluto TV might end up back in the hands of its original founder.
Get the fuck out of here! Somebody else, I said it myself.
Because it looks like it might be on the chopping block for sale. There's a good possibility for that. So we're going to read the Cord Cutters article. Pluto TV is reported up for sale, possibly back to its original founder. Pluto TV is one of the largest and best known free ad-supported streaming services. Now, according to a report from a Streaming Media Blog, Pluto TV is reportedly being considered for a possible sale, and talks have happened to sell the company back to Tom Ryan, one of the original co-founders of Pluto TV.
Get the fuck out of here! Somebody else, I said it myself.
The talk started before Skydance deal was announced and would need approval of Skydance, but it is reported still on the table. Viacom bought Pluto back in 2019 for $340 million. Now that the company report brings in over $1 billion in revenue for 2021. And this is what we tell you. The free sites like Pluto, Tubi, those guys are making money. They're making money hand over fist on this. You already see Pluto's dominant. Even though Pluto is still in the top 10 as far as streaming channels, but, Tubi is still more closer to the top as far as that, because there's still some things that Pluto still needs to fix, and that's probably why it's on the It's possibly that it's on the chopping block. Let's continue on. But as the Streaming Media Blog points out, according to the Paramount's SEC filing, SIT is not profitable. Pluto TV's value, though, is in its access to Paramount content. Without that, Pluto TV is far less profitable. However, it is possible that Paramount could sell access to Paramount content to Pluto TV's new owners. They're probably not going to take all of that away. I mean, the only thing I could think of that on Pluto TV, because there's occasion Paramount will run a new episode as soon as it airs on Paramount Plus. They'll throw it onto Pluto temporarily. For now, it is unclear if Skydance management team would like to sell or keep Pluto TV. Recently, several major free ad-supported streaming services, including Redbox, have shut down or been sold. Other services like Crackle are reportedly going to shut down. Redbox and Crackle are the same company, so that's the reason why Crackle's going. Shut down later this year unless new owners buy them before their parent company finish their liquidation. Free ad-supported streaming is one of the fastest growing areas in streaming, but there is a huge number of companies trying to get in on the free ad-supported market that include paid services like Sling TV, Philo, and Fubo launching free ad-supported versions. Tom Ryan is currently working for Paramount overseeing its streaming efforts. It is unknown what role at Paramount would be if he brought back Pluto TV. Now, some people, like you said in the article, they said, it's not really profit, all that. No, Pluto is making money, but see the problem is, here's where the problem occurs. It's still owned by Paramount. And what it is Paramount hasn't been doing well with Paramount Plus. So, you're taking Pluto TV money, trying to keep that afloat, and then trying to pay off everything else. It's a hard thing when you have a company like that, and that's what happened with Redbox. Redbox, this is the reason why they caved in on itself, because they just oversold themselves to the situation. See, the one thing is that here's the problem with the streaming wars, and this is why a lot of these companies are having the problems. Disney Plus, Paramount Plus. Crackle, all these the companies that are doing really bad right now, for the reason is they force themselves to move forward very quickly. Why has Tubi TV end up to where it is? Slow and steady. That's the one thing about them, and they've been able to bring forward the popularity that they are. Even though Pluto is still very popular out there, it's not knocking on Pluto. They're doing the best job they can. There are some little minor tweaks and issues Pluto needs to resolve, and they will be okay. But the thing about it is, they're not using the money wisely in the direction where they need to do. One example is sometimes when you're watching one particular movie or show, it tends to kick out, where basically it's like it's loading for something like that. You may say, well, it might be your cable service. Possibility. When you have FiOS in your armory, as far as that is your Wi-Fi system and stuff like that, tendency, that's not the issue. It comes further to broadcast, the weather, the area where they're broadcasting from, their servers. Maintenance on servers is not cheap. One thing about that, maintaining a server system as large as what Pluto TV has, takes a lot of money, and it takes people that need to know what they are doing. I would not be surprised if there are some inexperienced people in some of the server rooms on there, because that does happen. It does happen in this day and age. You cheapen your work staff, you're going to have some issues to the nature, but that may not be it. It may not be it at all. But hey, listen, the way things are going, that's the way it is. But, it'll be interesting. What will happen to Pluto TV if it separates itself from Paramount? Will it be able to maintain its operations the way it is? Will it be able to maintain its content the way it is? Will they be able to add content to it? Will be able to afford that? Because, like I said, you have people like Crackle, which was such a great idea for Sony on there, and that was a big mistake to Sony sell that off. But in a way, for them, they just wanted to brush off and get out of the streaming wars, but not knowing that, you know, they still got Crunchyroll out there. So let me know in the comments below, what are your thoughts about this? I mean, it's amazing how the streaming wars changes from day to day. Like I said, you know, one day we have Redbox, the next day you were talking Redbox and Crackle going away, and now Pluto could be returned back to its original founders as well. So comment, share, like this video, and hopefully today's the day I've earned your subscription. So until next time, thank you for tuning in. Thank you for the support. We really do appreciate you. You know, we are about 1,098 subscribers. Let's push on, hit that subscription. And for those of you on other social media platforms, do hit the subscribe buttons as well there, because we need to increase in those sites as well. So once again, thank you for tuning in, and bye-bye now.
Thanks for watching, commenting, and sharing this video. And if you haven't yet, please subscribe, as this helps the reach of this channel. Finally, as a content viewer, you have the ability to help support this channel, as new internet laws around the world will diminish our reach and affect our sponsors. If you choose to help, there are 2 ways, listed in the description below. The first link will lead you to a pay site where you can make a monetary donation. The second will lead you to our gear shop, where you can buy shirts, mugs, and other gear. Discounts will be listed on the site. Once again, thank you for watching and your support.